You've always been sensitive, like a tuning fork vibrating too easily to every passing sound in the human orchestra. And that's not weakness. That's instrument calibration. It's the prototype of awareness itself saying, feel everything, even the soap. Because if you numb this, you'll numb through it. That's the first pattern here, reframing sensitivity as a sensory intelligence amplifier. Yes, it's too loud in the city. The body, so bio-antenna, learning to discern signal from noise. And you already do this. When your gut clenches around someone dishonest, that's you channeling truth through biology. You can train it. You can stretch it. Like a muscle, intuition obeys, attention and repetition. A man keeps yelling at his radio because of the static. Then one day he learns the static isn't the enemy. It's the untuned space between stations. Sensitivity means you notice the static. Mastery means you tune through it. That's all channeling is. A neurological harmonization between signal and receptivity. You might call it flow, your muse, or God. Science, they'd call it cross-hemispheric neural coherence. Left and right brain syncing in alpha-theta rhythm, so information feels like it's arriving rather than constructed. Same process, different metaphors. When you quit a job and move, that's a pattern interrupt. The jolt, it breaks the loop of comfort and it lets a new map form. In neurolinguistic terms, you change context, you rewired associations, you've opened new behaviour, possibilities. In karmic terms, you stop betraying your soul to please the small self. And every time you trust your gut over logic, you're doing that same thing. Every time you surrender control, you let the larger mind, call it higher self, unconscious or quantum field, rearrange your life in synchrony. A gardener keeps cutting weeds and wonders why they return. One day he sits still and listens. The weeds whisper, we're just misplaced seeds. You planted us when you were asleep. He thanks them and he replants them as medicine. That's the practice. Feel what's in the body. Don't fight it. Each contraction, each old fear, it's energy waiting for recognition. Science frames it as limbic discharge, polyvagal dysregulation. Mystics call it shadow integration. Same process, different poetry. So let's get raw for a second. You can meditate all day, chant all you want, but if you don't face your pain, you're just spiritually procrastinating. You're numbing with incense instead of Netflix. Most of you, you're numbing yourself like zombies. It's not judgment. It's a loving slap. Because every time you scroll instead of feel, you delay your own evolution. You already know this. The body tightens, the throat closes. The gut says, hey idiot, there's something here to feel. That's your intuition begging you to grow up. What do you really want? Not the mansion, not the partner, not the fame. Those are representations. Underneath them is the value, connection, peace, significance, love. When you chase the symbol, you suffer. When you live the value directly, the world reorganizes around you. That's what I mean when I say It's aligned with truth. It happens effortlessly. So chunk up, surrender to truth. Chunk down, follow excitement. Listen to contraction. Act on resonance. Simple system. Complex courage. You're afraid people will call you weird. If you talk about intuition or energy, well, fuck that. People mocked electricity before they understood lightning. They mocked radio before they heard music from the air. They'll mock consciousness exploration until they taste it themselves. You don't owe them understanding. You owe yourself coherence. The river says to the dam, "You're blocking me." The dam replies, "I'm you, condensed." When the river finally overflows, it realizes the dam was teaching it how to build pressure, power. That's your resistance, your fear, your doubt. It's not stopping you. It's strength training for the soul. So why does this work? When you surrender, really surrender, the prefrontal cortex quiets, the default mode network relaxes, and the boundary between self and other blurs. And in that space, insights surface. Neurons fire in novel constellations. That's intuition being born biologically. That's channeling neurologically. That's divine connection experientially. Different maps, same mountain. Ignore it, and life will smack you harder each time. Patterns repeat until lessons integrate. You'll meet the same partner in a new body, the same boss in a new job, the same loneliness in a different city, until you feel the feeling you keep avoiding. That's karma as feedback loop, not punishment. The universe isn't cruel, it's just persistent. When you face it, when you breathe into the pain and meet it with love, you expand. Your nervous system learns safety. Your perception widens. Synchronicities explode because your attention is finally aligned with reality instead of fantasy. You start to act from love instead of seeking it. And that changes everything. You are the blue sky. Thoughts are clouds. Sometimes the sky storms, sure. But the storm never stains the sky. You've been identifying as the weather when you've always been the atmosphere. And all this sensitivity, intuition, surrender, channeling, it's not about becoming special. It's about remembering that everything is you anyway. From this level, compassion isn't a virtue, it's a reflex. Judgment dissolves because who the hell are you judging yourself in disguise? That's what it means when there's only one, looking at itself through many eyes. Here's the deal. You came here to learn how to love through separation, to remember unity by pretending to forget it. So stop whining that it's hard. Of course it's hard. Evolution always is. But it's beautiful. You're supposed to get scraped, confused, even furious. Each heartbreak is consciousness learning its own edges. So feel your shit. Trust your gut. Follow what excites you. Drop what contracts you. Don't look for permission. The universe already hired you as its ambassador for awareness. And remember, you don't need to become love. You just need to stop pretending you're anything else. Breathe. Notice your body right now. Feet, chest, eyes. That's where the channel is. Every breath is a broadcast. Every feeling is a frequency adjustment. Every time you choose awareness over autopilot, you're tuning a little closer to the cosmic signal that's been whispering since the beginning. Welcome home.